Debt is not a trap. It is a powerful tool when you know how it works. I will show you how to use it and build real wealth. It is time to master your money. What if I told you that debt is not your enemy? What if I told you that the wealthiest people in the world are dwelling in debt and they are not worried at all? In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how debt works, why rich people use it as a tool to build wealth, and how you can do the same. Stick around because by the end of this video, you will never look at debt the same way again. With the basic, what is debt? Debt is simply borrowed money. It is money you don't own but someone else is willing to give it to you because they trust you will pay it back. A bank lend you money. A credit card company extends you a line of credit. A supplier gives you 30 days to pay your invoice. All of these are forms of debt. But let the question that most people never ask: is this borrowed money working for you or it is dwelling you? Because that one question changed everything. Now I'm going to give you single most important concept in this entire video. If you remember nothing else, remember this: the spread is the difference between what you borrowed money and what it costs you to borrow it. It's a simple formula. Spread equals to what your money earned minus what it costs you. Think about it. If you borrow $100,000 at 5% interest, that is your cost, $500 a year. But if you take that same 100,000 and invest it in something that earns 8%, that is $8,000 a year. The difference is that is your spread. 8 minus 5, $3,000 of profit from money you never even own. This is the secret that separates people who build wealth from people who dwell in debt. The goal is very simple: always keep your spread positive. Let's make this visual. On the left, you have money you borrow at 5% interest. On the right, you have the same money invested has 10% return. The difference between these two stacks is the gap, is your profit. That is your spread, and every dollar in that gap is the dollar that came from borrower's money working for you. Rich people don't fear debts. They hunt for spreads. They ask one question before taking on any debt: can I earn more with this money than it cost me to borrow it? So how do people actually use this in real life? Let me walk you through 3 powerful mechanisms. Mechanism number 1, trade credit float. This is one of the oldest tricks in business, and most people don't even know it exists. Here's how it works. A business buys raw material from a supplier, but instead of paying immediately, the supplier gives them 30 days to pay, what is called net 30 terms. So the business has the material but has not spent a single dollar yet. Meanwhile, they manufacture a product, sell it to a customer, and get paid immediately. Now they have the customer money in hand, and they still have almost 30 days before they own the supplier anything. Do you see what happened? The business used the customer money, not their own, to fund their operation. They create a float, a cushion of others people's money that keep the business running. This is how companies like Amazon, Walmart, and Apple operate at scale. They float on other people's money. Mechanism number 2, leverage investment. This is how ordinary people become real estate moguls, and it all starts with understanding the spread. Let's say you have $50,000 in savings. With that money, you could buy one property outright. Or you could use that 50,000 as a down payment on a house worth $250,000. You borrow the rest from the bank. Now here is where it gets interesting. Oh yes, if the rental income from your property is higher than your monthly mortgage payment, you have a positive spread. The property is essentially paying for itself and generating profit on top. And once that first property is generating positive cash flow, you can use it as a collateral to borrow more money from the bank to buy a second property. Then third, each one with its own positive spread. Suddenly, with just $50,000 of your own money, you control $750,000 in assets. This is the power of leverage. But this is a big but. If the rental income is lower than the mortgage payment, you now have a negative spread, and that property is eating your money alive every single month. Mechanism number 3, and this is one of you need to stay away from: the dangerous spread. This happens when you borrow money at a very high interest rate, says 20% or more, and you use it to invest in something that earns barely 2 or 3%. The spread is deeply negative. You are losing money every single day you hold that debt. Credit card debt is one of the most common examples. Credit card companies charge 18 to 25% interest, but most people who carries credit card balance are not investing that money at all. It is already being spent on groceries, electronics, or vacation that have zero return. The spread is very big negative, and it compounds every month. This is the kind of debt that causes financial ruin. It snowballs, it grows fast than you can even pay it off. And the only way to escape it is to change the spread, either by lowering your borrowing cost or by making sure the money you borrow is actually earning something. If you will take one warning from this video, avoid the dangerous spread at all costs. Alright, let's get it right. Let's get practical. Here are 3 things you can do starting today to put this concept to work in your life. Number 1, the 0% balance transfer trick. If you have a high interest credit card debt, this is a game changer. Many credit card companies often offer 0% interest on balance transfer for 20 to 24 months. There is usually a small fee, somewhere around 3 to 5%, but let's do the math. Say you own $10,000 on a credit card. It is 24% interest. That is $240 a month in interest alone, almost $3,000 a year. Now imagine you transfer that balance to a 0% card. You pay a one-time fee of maybe $500, but for the next 18 months you pay $0 in interest. The spread has gone from minus 24% to basically minus 3%, and you have brought yourself 80 months to pay it off interest free. That is a guaranteed return that is incredible hard to beat with any investment. Now I want to show you the mindset that change everything. Poor people see debt as burden. Their instinct is to pay it off as quickly as possible, and that is understandable because most debts they have experienced has been the dangerous kind: high interest credit cards, predatory loans, debts that only takes money away. But rich people see debt differently. They see it as a tool. They don't ask, how do I eliminate these debts? They ask, what is the spread on these debts? They calculate the cost versus the earning potential, and if the spread is positive, they take on more of it. They use banks money, supply money, and even other people money to control more assets and build more wealth. The difference is not that rich people avoid debt. The difference is that they master it. They understand the number one is spread, and they only take on debt when it is working in their favor. Here is the key takeaway from this video. Remember these three things first. Debt is rented money. It is not evil, it is a tool. Just like you rent an apartment, instead of buying one, you can rent money from the bank to use it productively. Secondly, the spread is everything. The difference between what your borrowed money and what it costs you. That is the only number that matters. Keep it positive and debt build your wealth. Let it go negative and debt destroy it. And third, wealth is built by using other people's money. Banks, suppliers, customers, they all have money. And if you understand the spread, you can use their money to grow your own wealth. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on financial literacy. Drop a comment below. Tell me what you think about the spread concept and share your own strategy for using debt wisely. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.